God damn it. I hate it when that happens. Alright. So, hi. Thanks for showing up. My name's Mike. This is my YouTube page, Mox News. And welcome to your Wake and Bake News at 7 p.m. Should we start over? I'm your host, Moxie. And tonight I have interesting videos for you. It's very hot here. Very hot here. I don't know how long we'll be able to keep this up. It's a million degrees here on the face of the fucking sun. But we'll try and get through it. And I have a video about Donald Trump suggesting, says, believes, thinks the election should be postponed. The presidential election in November should be postponed. Which I told you 6 months ago. The election is off. No election. There's no election. We don't do that anymore. Donald Trump is president. That's all that matters. No more elections. I told you this 6 months ago. The election is off. We're not doing that anymore. Donald Trump says so. That's why. Donald Trump says so. Can't you hear? Donald Trump says it's not safe to have an election, so we can't have an election. I told you this 6 months ago. This is exactly what he was going to do. Didn't I tell you this? Are you not paying attention? So, Mock's right again for like the millionth time. No election. Donald Trump is president forever. Right? Right? Is that what's happening? It's like a million degrees here, you guys. Yeah, never right. Never. I don't even know if I can heat up the fucking dab rig because it's so hot here. So fucking hot. Yeah, except for I told you 6 months ago the election is off, and now Donald Trump is telling you the election's off. Mox is never right. Mox doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Of course. You're so smart. How long is your attention span exactly, dumb? You've been here. I know you were listening. You respond to what I say. Clearly. Election is off, which I said 6 months ago, and Donald Trump just let you in. You fucking idiot Donald Trump supporters in on today. The election is off. Not gonna happen. Donald Trump is president. That's all we need forever. Just ask Putin. He'll tell you. Yeah, Trump's perfect president. I can't do the Putin accent, sorry. Drink some cold water. Good plan. I don't particularly like cold. It's like water. Not according to Trump, the election's not going on. So is Trump not right either? Better than, and that's a pretty fucking low bar, right? Creepy Uncle Joe. I don't know. I think Donald Trump just barely fucking makes it under that bar. Just barely. Or over that bar, whatever, if he does make it over that bar. But, I mean, come on. We're talking about the same fucking shit. Either side, same fucking shit. Haven't you been watching? Okay, you believe somehow things are going to change now? Donald Trump had 4 years. Nothing. It's the same shit. The people are in the street demanding a better tomorrow. Just like under Obama during his first election. In case you don't remember. Just like Obama, again, same shit. Obama, Trump, Biden, same shit. Okay? So, if you can figure it out, if you are listening, hello, caller.
Hey, Mike.
What's happening, man?
So, why isn't there going to be an election?
Because Donald Trump doesn't want one.
How come he doesn't want one?
Because it's not safe.
You mean from the killer virus?
Yeah, it's gonna go. It's gonna go away any day now. It's not safe, even though it's gonna go away. Any minute it'll disappear, but it's not safe.
So you're saying that, irregardless of how the public discourse concerning the coronavirus goes, Trump is going to try to put the kibosh on the election anyways.
Trump's election's off. There's no election.
Says who?
Well, I've been telling you it for 6 months now. Can't have an election during time of plague.
But I actually get my news from a different source other than Fox News, so
well,
your opinion on that is questionable.
Election's off, man.
Who besides you says there's not going to be an election?
Do you see presidential debates happening? Do you see anything that normally happens under an election happening? The election is off, dude.
Well, when is the election? I don't even know when.
There's no election. We have our president. That's it. That's all you get.
Well, when was there supposed to be an election? What month?
November. Same month as every year.
Right. August, September. So 4 months. We got 4 months to figure out whether there's going to be an election or not.
Well, that's already figured out. I told you 6 months ago.
Yeah, dude, but I'm a rebel. I don't listen to everything you say. I'm not convinced yet.
Well,
we got 4 months of this thing called time coming in and hitting planet Earth, and all the fucking snails and frogs are going to dance around and do their little dance, and anything could fucking happen.
Have you ever watched the snails dance? It's amazing.
Oh, I saw a movie last night called Magnolia.
Uh-huh.
You ever seen that movie with Tom Cruise?
I fell asleep watching it.
Oh, the very end of it, you had a fucking giant rain of giant frogs. Millions of frogs fell out of the sky. You missed that part.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Oh, that was the best part. Millions of frogs fell out of the sky, broke windows in houses and hotels, and fucking knocked people off telephone poles and smashed cars, and people were getting in accidents and all kinds of shit. It was like, it's just this spectacular fucking weird ass psycho ending to that okay movie. It was an okay movie, but I don't blame you for falling asleep, but it's a little deep,
Yeah, that's whatever. I don't know. I like stuff that makes me laugh. You know what I mean? Drama just doesn't really work for me very well.
Yeah, it was. I saw it again last night for the second time, and I realized, it's not as good as I thought, because it's just not. So, but
it's about like a pastor or a priest or something, reverend or something, right?
Yeah, worship the cock, man.
Yeah.
But I've actually met people like that are so in love with themselves, and they got the most fucking work to do, and he ends up kind of doing the work starting to work in the end when he's cursing at his dying father, so it's like, yeah, man, truth's the best way to go, but I think we're going to have an election, my friend. I really do.
Keep the faith, my brother.
Yeah, I'd be just as happy if we didn't. I think. I don't even know what the ramifications of not having an election would be.
Well, I would think it would mean that martial law would have to be instituted in order to keep a rebellion of millions of people surrounding the White House and demanding the eviction of the current resident.
All because of a virus, right?
Whatever. I mean, that's what he's saying, is it's not safe. But again, he's going to use these other things. He's going to say that the Democrats are telling us that the Russians are interfering with our election yet again. Our elections are not secure. We can't, and also, see, that's what he'll use if they actually have an election to contest the election. He'll say, nope, obviously the Russians have interfered, and our election system is not secure, and we'll have to do it. We'll have to have another election. You know, he's already thought through all this shit with lawyers and everything.
Well, Seth Rogen. Rich is dead. Roger Stone is out of prison. General Flynn has pretty much been exonerated. The whole fucking Russian psyop, Russian collusion has been completely debunked. And yet, I think in order to keep up the attacks on President Trump, whom I do not worship by any measure, the Democrats, along with the pharmaceutical people, the pharmaceutical fucking Hitlers, are going to try to keep pushing the COVID-19 narrative where everyone's in danger and everything should be shut down, and it's all President Trump's fault.
Well, what killed Herman Cain? President Trump killed Herman Cain, right?
Yeah, well, never mind the fact that he had colon cancer, okay?
Okay.
Trump definitely killed Cain. Definitely. Trump snuck into Herman Cain's house at night and stabbed him to death, and they just changed the death certificate to COVID-19.
Okay.
You know, Trump has that power.
Uh-huh.
He can do that. A little shadow baby. Melania Trump spread her legs, and a shadow demon came out of her and snuck through the clouds into Herman Cain's house and killed him with a shadow knife. And then the doctor came over and signed the COVID-19 death certificate, and that was it. You know, forget about the colon cancer. Forget about the fact that he had colon cancer.
Mm-hmm.
He was dying.
Mm-hmm.
Forget about it.
Uh-huh.
It was Trump's fault. Everything is Trump's fault. So my point is, Michael, my friend, that we saw for goddamn knows how many fucking years, they, including impeachment, they tried to impeach him, they attacked him, they said everything was his fault. They said he's friends with Putin, he's sitting there knocking back vodkas with Putin. Every fucking thing. General Flynn, Seth Flynn.
I never said any of that shit.
Not
okay?
You,
what I said is, he looked you in the eye and says, I know nothing about WikiLeaks. What I said is, he looked you in the eye and says, you can't say that about Israel. And then signs a document, signs it into law that you can't say that about Israel. Okay?
Yeah.
So that's who Donald Trump is, and that's why he should have been impeached.
Yeah, well, we're not dealing with people that have a full deck.
I know. None of them. They're all this fucking same. They're garbage.
Well, yeah, there's 96 flavors of stupid, man, and corrupt. And Nancy Pelosi is probably more corrupt than Donald Trump, you know? And I know that, and you know that, but so the point is, the suppression of the COVID-19 reality, what most people would call the story, but I consider it to be a reality, that the big pharma companies have taken over the media and the entire global narrative, along with the WHO and all these other people, and they put the entire planet into lockdown and into fear. That story is being debunked little by little. There's people like me chipping away at the giant iceberg of bullshit that locked the planet down. And Trump, despite his magnificent ignorance, little by little, every once in a while, once every 2 weeks, he makes a dent in the iceberg himself. With the hydroxychloroquine, that's about the only thing I could, and not wearing a mask. But that's the big story to me. Not the election, not the protests. It's the fucking lockdown of planet Earth by the World Health Organization and the pharmaceutical corporations. That's the big story to me, and I'm not going to let go of it. And you're right, we're in uncharted territory, baby, and nobody knows what to do. I mean, Superman and Jesus could come down holding hands, and you take the left side of the planet, I'll take the right side of the planet, and they couldn't fix this shit. It's so fucked up. So I got my pipe right here, and I'm going to have a good time, and I'm not going to worry about COVID-19 because the truth is coming out. They shut down, you probably don't know Del Bigtree and the Highwire, or have you heard of them?
I have heard of them, yeah.
Yeah, he got shut down on YouTube yesterday. No strikes, no warning, no notices, no demonetization, just boom, his whole YouTube channel was gone. And he didn't do nothing except interview doctors. And so we'll see if, I don't know the process of getting your YouTube channel back up, but I don't think it's going to happen for him. But he's the number one medical channel that focuses in on vaccines, and he's really does a great job of it, and always has. I've been following him for years, and the more I learn about the medicine and data involved in the COVID-19 hoax, the more I realize what I've been saying, that this is the largest psyop ever perpetrated on mankind. And we'll see what happens, because, maybe I have false hope, like, it's going so fast amongst all the people I know and that I follow, the truth is coming out, but the resistance is just horrible. I got called a murderer today for posting a factual medical video. So, you're killing people. It's like these people want to be locked in their houses. They want to wear their masks. They love their slavery. So not much a little motherfucker like me can do except keep talking and make sure I get my facts straight. That's only two things I can do, besides smoking dope and keeping myself free and keep learning. That's all I can do. Just those 5 things, So, but to me, that's always going to be the big story, because locking the planet down is bigger than any protest, bigger than Occupy Wall Street, bigger than these protests here now, bigger than the WTO up in your neighborhood, bigger than the protests against Iraq invasion.
Yeah. I know. Look, man, all day, every day, it's COVID fucking 19, okay? All day, every fucking day, forever. I'm tired of it. I just want to talk about something else, okay? Enough. We got it. We heard you. You said it again and again.
What do you want to talk about?
Fucking Donald Trump wanting to shut down the election. Try and keep up, okay? Jesus!
Okay, I'm sorry, but
I mean, look, man, I can come out here with news story after news story after news story about COVID-19. I don't want to do that to you people, okay? If you want to fucking poison your world with that shit, it's available to everybody. Okay, when it was all that was available, when it was brand new, I know I played a bunch of it, but I need a break off camera once in a while, okay? And that's all the news there was. Now they're getting back to all the news there is again is fucking COVID-19, or oh man, John Lewis burial. Wow, I can't. I don't want to. The fucking COVID shit is such garbage. The news is such garbage. I just want to talk amongst ourselves about something besides the same shit that the news is talking about. I know that the news is talking about Trump saying that he doesn't, that, he postponed the election, but, you're like, why? Why did he want to do that? And I had to explain it to you, so maybe you don't know that that's what he's saying, okay? Or that the media is talking about it. Because the story is COVID-19. And the only reason they probably even talk about that for 1 second is because COVID-19 related. Fuck, I just don't, I can't stand COVID-19 24/7, it's just in your face constantly. We know it's bullshit, we know that it's programming, we know they're lying to us, and we know everybody's in on it. I've been pointing out the bullshit medical industrial complex for years before there's a COVID-19. For generations, they've lied to us and said there's no medicinal quality to cannabis. Anybody with an encyclopedia could figure that out. They've lied to us solely to make money. They're garbage. Horrible human beings who if they are human beings, who commit crimes against humanity because they keep medicine away from little children who desperately need it so they can get a few extra pennies. It's disgusting.
A lot of cute girls in Roseville, Michael.
They're everywhere. Cute girls are everywhere.
I've often wondered why live streamers don't focus in for a greater length of time on the cute girls. They would, instead, they just kind of move around and they pan around, and it's like, dude, if a cute girl walks right by you, focus in on the cute girl. That's what people want to see.
Don't just focus in, walk up and say, hey, why are you here? Tell the people, right. Would you tell the people why you're here? And then
you've never done a live stream yourself, have you? But you've done a lot of shit on camera.
I've done lots of live stuff, but I haven't done anything on out in the field live.
Yeah, that's a real kind of specialty.
Well, we used to go, when I was doing television, we used to go out on the weekends. I've explained this before. Me and a couple girls would go out, and a camera guy, and we'd pass out flyers to people about our show, about my show. And then we'd get the people to say little things about my show. And it was hilarious, and they all became part of the show, and it was a great way to get people. And they said, okay, you're going to be on TV on Wednesday night, so be sure and tune in.
They all wanted my cock, right?
My cunt. They all wanted my cunt.
Yeah, ask her if the girl would vote for my cunt.
We used to say, get him to say my cunt for president, and Seattle loves my cunt. My mom loves my cunt. All kinds of stuff.
I got those stickers Craig sent me.
Cool.
Yeah, they're cool. And I ordered one of your cool masks last night.
Right on, yeah. Craig said that you were gonna order a mask. He was helping make that happen.
Yeah, I paid for it last night on GoFundMe.
Right on.
But yeah, that looks like a nice cool mask.
It's comfortable. It's washable. It was actually the most comfortable one that I've worn so far out of all of them. And Sam made me one, and Craig has bought a few different kinds. And he has like a 200 box of the paper ones, But this one's been the most comfortable for me by far. Actually seems to fit my face almost.
How often you go out in public, Mike? Once a week? You go to the store?
To go to the store, I go to the store about once a week, maybe once every 8 or 9 days. But we go and walk, 2 hours a day. So.
And it really bugs you if you actually smoke weed out of a pipe, right?
If I smoke the raw herb, meaning the green flowers, it just adds a lot of extra stuff to my lungs, and it makes it feel difficult to breathe.
I remember when we were kids and we were smoking dope, and we would tell each other this urban myth, or at least I did, me and my brothers did. It's like, hold it in your lungs as long as you can and you'll get even higher. But that's actually a myth. You can you can expel the smoke right away, and you'll get pretty much just as high as if you're holding it in till you're gagging. That's what the science says. Is you can take a hit and it absorbs into your lungs in 1 second. The THC.
Mm-hmm.
So I notice you when you're taking your dabs. You call your dabs. You hold it in for a long time and then you blow it out. And I'm wondering if the same science is applicable to the way you hold your hits in. It's steam, right, and not smoke.
It's vapor, yeah.
Vapor, yeah. So I'm wondering if you actually need to hold your hits in.
Probably not. Probably not. But I like to get everything in position with the proper background and get my. I don't want to just blow it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually making it performance art. So
Oh, yeah. I didn't know. Well, yeah, I knew you were making a statement. Yeah, but yeah. So I mean, I smoke weed 5 times a day. I stopped rolling joints. It's such a fucking hassle to roll joints. I just brought out my little pipe and I load it up about 5 times a day and stay at a modicum of stay, not super high, but pretty, grooving through my day. And it got to be about 92 here today, so I think some of that heat has come down. It's still about 100 where you're at.
It's like 87 today.
Oh, it cooled off. Okay. Yeah, it must have come down here because it got hotter here today. So, yeah, man. I mean, this is life on planet Earth, and I just want everybody to be happy, and not so many fucking problems. That's my
dude, I hear you, and I don't really, it's not so much that I want everybody to be happy as that I want us to come together and not be so divided and try and make something better instead of, every night it's these fucktards talking about socialism and communism. And all I can think is, man, this is the same fucking lie they were telling your grandma in the 1950s, your great-grandma. Right? The socialists are coming for you. The communists are going to take your guns away. Same fucking shit. And you're just gobbling it up and regurgitating it night after fucking night. And the socialism. Wow. Oh my God.
Well, they don't even realize Franklin Roosevelt was basically a socialist. He put all these socialist programs into America that changed our lives. You wouldn't have unions without him. You wouldn't have Medicare without him. You wouldn't have Social Security without him. So there's nothing wrong with socialism. Communism.
It's not that. It's look. That's not the point. The point is, this is the same fucking bullshit lie they were telling your great grandmother, and now you are so fucking gullible, Mister. I know everything because I have the internet and I can research it. You're buying into the same fucking bullshit dog whistle words, which you react like, oh my God, the socialists are coming! The socialists are coming!
Yeah, I know, yeah.
What the fuck, dude? Did you think your great-grandma was that fucking gullible when they said it to her? Oh my God, mister, I have internet and I know every fucking thing there is. The socialist! The socialist! My God! The socialist! Fuck you!
Yeah, some people call me a Trump supporter.
I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking about you and the socialists. These people. These people, night after night. You know what I'm saying? These people, night after night, say this same shit, man. And I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking, God, this is the same fucking bullshit they were telling your grandmother.
Is it getting worse for you?
Huh?
The trolls and the name calling. Is it getting worse for you week by week, month by month?
It's just the same, dude. It's always been the same. I mean, it got a lot worse under Obama. Under Obama, everything kind of went to shit as far as any kind of, us against the government thing.
was the golden child, and you couldn't criticize him, right?
No, because I criticized the fuck out of Obama, dude. I mean,
No, I
no,
mean,
no,
you couldn't
because
criticize him without getting attacked, I mean.
no, I don't think so. I think what happened was that he took all the hope that was left in the world, hope and change, and then crushed it all up into a fine powder and snorted it in front of us. And we were and everybody went into this fucking, all right, I'm on this side, I'm on this side, and there's just no hope left to fucking sort it out, But it's all programming. It's all a lie. They're the same fucking side.
Yeah.
They're the ones that if COVID-19 was made in a lab, it was made in a lab, right, Michael? If COVID-19 was made in a lab, it was brought to you by the Republicans and the Democrats working hand in hand together to bring it into this world and your life. If it's at all not bullshit.
I got a picture of Obama in the Wuhan lab with Fauci.
Yeah.
So don't tell me this is like some new thing. No way, baby. It's been going on for years. Years. So, yeah, man. Obama kind of put one of the final nails in the coffin of America, and I pretty much refuse because I'm stubborn to believe that we can't come back from all this shit and get our government back somehow, change this shit. I refuse to give up, but the hope and change shit was just a blue Kool-Aid. That's all it was. Blue fucking Kool-Aid. Hope and change.
It's the same fucking thing. There's just no more. There's no more hope left, okay? The only hope is, that we could somehow kick out all the red and the blue. But these people are clearly just too fucking bought into it, man. It's just like, it's not possible. It's like, nope, this one's better than that one. Fucking no, it's not. How long do you have to do the same shit to see that one's not better than the other? You get the same outcome every time.
Yeah, it's a different puppet. Different puppet. One puppet on the left hand, one puppet on the right hand. I want to kill the puppeteer, I want to kill the fucking puppeteer. So I know that hope is mostly gone, but still, I rage against the dying of the light.
Fucking hope. Hope is not mostly gone. Hope is the last disease left in Pandora's box, which means there's no cure for it. It's always gonna be there. Fucking hope. I wish it was gone. It would make things much easier moving forward. If we didn't have hope, if there was no hope left, then we'd know what to do. But we have this fucking bullshit fucking fantasy hope. Fucking garbage, man. Enough of fucking hope. I've had all the goddamn hope I can fucking use.
That's brilliant, Michael.
What's that?
That's brilliant. I never heard it spoken like that. If hope was gone, we would know what to do. That is a exquisite statement. Exquisitely true. That's brilliant, Michael. That's a brilliant fucking statement.
Hate fucking hope. Last disease left in Pandora's box.
We would know what to do if our fucking hope was gone. We would know that...
We'd know exactly what to do, and we'd do it right away.
Yeah, we would. Give me back my bullets. Yeah, okay, well, what do you got lined up as far as videos go?
Well, Trump postponed election. And I have a mall attack, a local mall here. There was these two teen girls sitting in a food court, and this guy walks up to them and starts fucking spraying lighter fluid all over them. And they fucking run away, and he starts chasing them, and he tackles one of them, and pretty ugly. Wow. And then he runs away, and then the police come to arrest him, and he's poured lighter fluid all over himself and set himself on fire.
That's cool, dude. I'd like to see that. One last thing before I go. I did hear that I think it was Indonesia. No, it was Pakistan and China signed an agreement concerning, believe it or not, concerning weaponizing viruses in level 4 biolabs. Yesterday I read that. So
Pakistan and Indonesia?
No, Pakistan and China. China. There's all kinds of trouble in China right now. There's a big division amongst the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party. They're having all kinds of infighting, and usually they're pretty together and lockstep. But being here on the West Coast, what the fuck do I know about China? I subscribe to South China Today and other fucking stations that tell me a little bit about what's happening. But I did read that China is going further ahead with gain of function studies in conjunction with Pakistan in level 4 biolabs, as if we needed more of that. So what the fuck? The whole planet. I'm sorry, I don't want to talk about it, but I thought that's the only international news that
I didn't see that. I'll have to go and look for that. I've been a little bit distracted. The heat really throws me off, man.
Yeah, South China Morning News. That's the.
I have trouble finding the Chinese news. So I have to. I will look. I'll look though.
All right, show me some good shit, brother, and have a good weekend and stay cool. You're a cool guy.
All right, talk to you later. Okay, so I will play a video for you guys in a minute. I'm not ready to play a video yet. If anybody wants to call, I have taken the Do Not Disturb off the phone. You can call. The number is 805-669-6397. 805 Mox News. Again, this is your Wake and Bake News at 7 p.m. We do this every evening, Monday through Friday. And we discuss topics of the day. Today, Donald Trump made a tweet saying that he thinks that we should probably postpone the election in November because there's really no election going on, right? I mean, which I've been saying for 6 months. There's no election. Election's off. Normally we'd have presidential debates, numerous presidential debates by now. We'd have all kinds of other regular activities like rallies and things like that. And I don't think there's going to be an election. And Donald Trump seems to agree. Hello, caller.
Comrade Mike, what's up, buddy?
Okay, so what, are you just calling to say, attach a label to me?
Well, I always open with Comrade Mike these days.
Okay.
You ever notice? You know what this is, right?
Because you have this thing about communist and socialist, right?
You have a thing?
Yeah, you have this thing.
Oh, yeah. They're not American.
Uh-huh.
They're anti-American.
Uh-huh.
You seem to think they're...
You know what, dude?
I'm an American.
They sold the same shit to your great-grandma, and I bet she was much smarter on it than you are, okay? Because you just gobble up this programming like you fucking love this Kool-Aid flavor, all right? So go suck a bag of dicks. Good luck with that. Fuck. Yes. Communist and socialist. Again, this is the same programming that they've been fucking telling your great-grandmother, right? Fucking 60 years ago, 70 years ago, the communists are coming for your guns, right? Now you're so fucking well-informed, and yet you're buying this fucking 70-year-old propagandist bullshit, okay? If your brain is that fucking null, don't call here. Seriously. If the best you can do is parrot the words socialist and communist as if somehow that's going to happen. Again, this is the same threat they were trying to scare your great-grandmother with. The socialist, your great-grandfather, the communist are coming for you. They scared the shit out of them. You think they scared the shit out of them? Fuck. And now you fucking buy this shit? You buy this disgusting fucking programming as if it's your favorite flavor of Kool-Aid. And you think it makes you sound smart. Fucking 70-year-old propaganda. You think somehow makes you sound woke. Is that right? Wow, you are so well informed. There is just no doubt. Now, if anyone else would like to call, the number is 805-669-6397. Okay? Call. Call me a communist. Call me a socialist. And we'll talk about how fucking dull-brained you must be to parrot those fucking words like it's the 1950s. And it's your favorite brand of Kool-Aid. Okay? Because that was the same shit they were doing back then. Hello, caller.
Hey, Mike, go fuck yourself. Go sit on a dick, you piece of shit. You commie socialist bastard. That's what you are.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you and fuck all the protesters.
Why is that? Why is that?
Yeah, what do you got to say? Say something.
You don't believe in freedom?
You fucking piece of shit.
You don't believe in freedom?
You fucking piece of shit, commie.
You don't believe in freedom?
I believe in freedom.
No,
believe
you don't.
In fucking socialism. You believe in.
You don't believe in freedom one. You don't believe in freedom one little bit. You hate freedom, and you're so fucking stupid. You're not even aware of the fact that you hate freedom.
You got people in this economy that actually work for money. You sit on your fucking ass, take donations. You piece of shit.
Piece of shit? Is that the best you got, dude?
You're a piece of shit cocksucker.
Ooh, a cocksucker too, huh?
You are a cocksucker.
Uh-huh.
A cocksucker commie.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Uh-huh. That's what you are. You're a fucking piece of shit.
Okay.
You're a fucking fag. You're a loser.
Okay.
You're a fucking loser.
Okay.
Everybody knows it. Go look at your chat room. You fucking piece of shit. Commie cocksucking fag.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's what you are.
Uh-huh.
Commie cocksucking fag.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Well, what are you gonna say?
I said you hate freedom.
Come on, roll with me, homie.
You hate freedom. Why are you so threatened by freedom?
Fuck you. I am free, motherfucker.
No, you're not. You hate freedom. You don't even think people have the right to be homosexuals. You hate freedom.
I don't give a shit if people are homosexual. You're a fucking fag, and I'm talking to you.
Yeah, I know. You're so homophobic. You know, people that are so homophobic tend to be actual closet homosexuals, right?
Fucking cocksucker. You're a bum. You stay up in Craig's house. You fucking bum.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Do you know Craig? Do you know Craig?
Fucking bum.
Do you know?
Smoke potty, bitch.
Do you know Craig?
Anytime anybody calls with any facts,
do you know Craig?
You fucking hang up on him, you cocksucker.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, fuck you.
Because you want to buy, because you hate freedom. You hate freedom. And your little tiny dick is so threatened by freedom that you want to shut it down over and over there and over there and over there. I hate freedom so much, we have to shut it down now.
You ain't gonna do shit, motherfucker. You're a fucking
You hate freedom, dude. I know. All you have is calling names. You can't actually have a discussion about how much you hate freedom, can you? You can't have a discussion about how much you hate freedom. What's that?
Now you're getting a bereavement.
What's that?
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, bitch?
You hate freedom, pussy.
I am free, motherfucker.
You hate freedom.
I am free.
You hate it. You're totally threatened by it. You're a little fucking girl who's afraid of freedom. You are a giant pussy.
All that's in your fucking head now. You fucking latched onto it.
What's that? That you hate freedom? It's obvious, dude.
Trump 2020, bitch.
Yeah, that's all you got. That's all you got is just fucking one. Again, he's a fucking piece of garbage, and he's always been a piece of garbage since he was 3 years old, and anybody with eyes can fucking see it. Donald Trump is garbage.
Trump's your president.
He's garbage. He's garbage.
He is your God, Mike.
Not my God. He's garbage, dude.
Yeah, you like Mao.
You're a pussy. You're a
You're
giant fucking
Stalin.
pussy, dude.
Freedom. What, do you hate freedom?
You
Fuck
hate
yeah,
freedom.
man.
That's correct.
Fuck you. Fuck you,
You
communist
hate
cocksucker.
freedom, asshole.
Yeah, you got a little fucking dick.
You hate
Sound like a
freedom.
hamster.
You hate freedom.
You tic-tac.
I'd rather have a little dick than be a freedom-hating piece of shit like you, troll. Any day of the week.
So you need to press 1 to take this call.
Hello, caller. Hello? Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyways, any day of the week, okay? You hate freedom. People have the right to be communist. That's what it means to be in America. People have the right to be socialist. People have the right to use whatever idiotic label they want to use, like Christian. I bet that fucking moron calls himself a Christian, right? Who on fucking earth would believe that for 1 second? That people who actually support Donald Trump could ever, in front of Christ, pull off the fact that they're a Christian. You think they could say with a straight face, I'm a Christian? To Christ? You hate freedom, okay? If you hate freedom, that's your plan. Good luck with that. I was just wondering why you hate freedom so much. Why you're so threatened by freedom. And why you have nothing better than to call names and slurs. Pussy. Okay, that being said, again, the number's open. I played it for you. All right, I gotta get another bottle of water. Be right back.
Caught on camera, a scary day for two teenagers inside a Bellevue mall. Police say a man doused them with lighter fluid and then went after them. KOMO's Jonathan Cho is live in Bellevue tonight with the latest. Are those kids okay, Jonathan?
Yeah, Eric, police indeed are saying the teens are doing just fine, but also emphasizing this was a random attack.
Extremely scary situation.
Watch this man calmly approach two teenagers sitting down at the food court inside the Crossroads Mall. He puts down his backpack
And began dumping lighter fluid on top of them.
Bellevue Police Captain Alicia McKinney says it happened earlier this month, and the man in the surveillance video is 39-year-old Majak Bush.
The girls did everything they were supposed to do. They got up, they ran away, they began screaming.
She says Bush also chased and tackled one of the teens before managing to get away.
The suspect actually fled from the mall.
Captain McKinney says Bush ended up across the street at this bus stop where officers encountered another dangerous situation.
He dumped lighter fluid on himself and did light himself on fire.
But authorities say Bush realized it was a bad idea and put out the flames before being arrested. Along with the lighter fluid, investigators say they also found a lighter in his backpack. He remains behind bars and is facing 2 counts of attempted assault in the first degree.
This gentleman was unknown to these two females. It was random. We don't have a specific motive.
Again, police say no one was seriously injured. Coming up at 6, we take a deeper dive into Bush's troubling criminal history. I'm from Bellevue, Jonathan Cho, KOMO News.
All right, hey, you still there?
Yeah.
Who is this?
James?
Hey, James, what's going on, man?
Not much, man. Just chilling out tonight. What's going on with you?
I'm just doing this thing that I do, James.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
A lot of people out there in Springfield again. Last night, were you here last night, James?
Yeah.
Let's see, last night in Springfield, I think we saw the police beating up and arresting people. Isn't that where that was going on last night?
I'm not sure.
I know, it happens so much, huh?
Alright, there's so much going on, it's hard to keep up.
So what's going on, dude?
Not much, man. I'm just wondering if we're about to be in civil war soon. It sure seems like it.
I don't think so. This is one of these things that I've been hearing forever, James. Like right since at least 2001. The dollar's gonna collapse, everything's gonna happen, and I don't know. I mean, this coronavirus thing takes it into uncharted territory. So it's hard to say what's gonna happen next, but I don't see how a civil war happens.
Well, what do you think a civil war would actually look like? I mean, I don't think it's going to be, people lined up in lines shooting each other. I think if it does happen, it'll be something more along the lines of people just doing basically domestic terrorism randomly, and people just, bombing Trump rallies or shooting up places and mass killings, stuff like that. I think it would just be completely random and not something that you could put a stop to, really.
Yeah, I don't really see that. What I mean, I see, martial law and forced vaccinations and shit like that. But and that pushing the people over the edge to go to war, to actually fucking finally stand up against the garbage government, take our government back, you know. But other than that, I don't really see a civil race war kind of thing happening.
Well, I can say this much. I think it's going to get a lot worse before it gets any better.
Yeah, well, look, man. Again, we don't know. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. But we can move forward without this, constant fear about, it's going to get worse. Tomorrow's going to be worse. Next day's going to be worse. You don't have to have that in your life. You can look around you where you are right now and see that it's not bad. We're good. We can get through this shit. And when the fucking zombies are walking the streets, right? And I'm not talking about the protesters. When the actual flesh-eating zombies are walking the streets, and there's no hope for tomorrow, then we can talk about how it's gonna get worse, man. It's gonna get worse because that's all that's gonna be left. But here we still have our lives, man, and tomorrow's not going to be worse than today. Tomorrow might be amazing. I'm going to the mountains on Saturday. I hope, fingers crossed, and I think that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is cool. I think, in my personal opinion, I think people are getting too wrapped up in politics. I know it's easy to do, but personally, I've been trying to stay away from it a little bit more lately and just focusing in on my own life and the things that I want to do and my job and my relationships with people and, my goals in my life, and trying not to let politics infiltrate every aspect of my life. And it seems when I do that, I find more happiness in my life.
Yeah, I really think James, if you just cut the news out, I mean, you can still be political, but you don't have to pick a side like Democrats or Republicans. You know what I mean? You can be your own breed of whatever and have these issues that are important to you. But it's really the news. The news is this programming that tells you tomorrow's going to be worse. You know why they program you like that, James? Is because then you need to tune in tomorrow so you know how much worse it actually is and how much worse it's going to be the next day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
yeah.
It's not so much the politics as the news, and making sure that you don't get suckered into picking a side when it comes to the politics, because there's no side that's on your side, James. Take my word for it.
Well, I mean, we do elect the people that, will run things, so I suppose it's up to us to elect better people. But, what's funny is, all this hate and division and media trying to tear people apart, it's come to light recently, it's because, everybody knows about it now, but it's funny because I listen to some music, and some of the music I listen to is from the year 2000, 20 years ago. And
Yeah.
they were saying the same things back then as, you know, what they're saying now about the media. And I guess I just didn't realize that.
Right on. Like Immortal Technique or...
Well, people, you know, like talking about like this album that came out in 2000, they were talking about the media, you know, deceiving people and lying to you, and how, you know, your life isn't TV and you need to get away from it. And
Yeah.
I guess I just never saw that message back then, but I guess I'm seeing it now.
Yeah, when I used to make television in Seattle, I used to tell people to cancel their cable and just, you know, stop watching TV. because I would tell them, I think this is the very best advice that I can give you. Just cancel it. Just don't look at it anymore. You know, it's horrible for you. Go live your life. Go be in the moment. You know, the TV is just keeping you from doing that.
No, you're absolutely right. You know, 20 years ago, that would absolutely be true. But, you know, TV 20 years ago was, you know, basically media. But now, you know, media is Facebook,
right,
YouTube, Instagram, so you really can't turn off that anymore.
Well, you could throw away your phone, but not many people will do that.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of like a lifeline. You kind of got to have it at this point.
Nah, I don't have one.
Well, I'm talking to you on a phone right now.
Oh yeah, but it's not like some kind of smartphone that the media attacks me on.
I gotcha. Well, hey, Mox, I am going to let you go early, but I just want to thank you and say you have a good night.
Right on, James. It's good to hear from you. Thanks a bunch for calling.
No problem. Have a good one.
You too. Stay cool.
Bye. You too.
Yeah, so again, if you want to be like a decent human being and call, we can have a conversation. If you want to call up and show that you hate freedom, that you don't even believe in the most basics of freedom, we're going to have a very difficult conversation, okay? And it probably won't last very long. Stop killing kids. Fuck yeah. They're not talking about embryos. They're talking about actual born children, okay? Stop killing children. Fucking Tamar Rice. I always forget the little girl in Detroit. There was an 8-year-old girl, and the cops kicked open the wrong fucking door on a fucking no-knock warrant, and the cop shot a little girl in the fucking head, 8-year-old girl, and he said that he thought she had a gun. Disgusting. So many kids. Stop killing kids. How can you anti-abortion people not get behind that? Because you're a bunch of copsuckers who don't really believe in what you say. Alright, so... let's see. I have another video. It looks Los Angeles. I'm not sure where they're at. It must be out in front of some elected official's home. Cops on the fucking... Look at that. There's cops on the fucking lawn there in front of the... whosever house that is. Multiple cops on the lawn in Los Angeles. They're on the left hand of the screen. I wonder whose home that is. Alright, so... They look like pretty peaceful protesters to me. Let's see. Mall attack. We did that one. That was pretty scary, huh? That fucking mall attack shit, man. The people, we need like way better mental health services in this country, you know? Or the streets are always going to be extremely dangerous because there's a mental health crisis in this country, you know, which can be easily resolved with using cannabis and a little bit of one-on-one therapy. A lot of people on the street in Springfield. Again, I believe last night in Springfield, we watched police officers attack people and arrest them when they were trying to march down a road, and the police barricaded that road, and then the people were standing on it, and they pepper sprayed them, and it looked like they might have been shooting pepper bullets. It was pretty ugly. And they're hitting him with the batons very, very aggravatedly. Hello, caller.
Hello.
What's happening? Hello? Can't hear you. Okay. Before he gets his thing spooled up, let's find another caller. Anyways, the phone lines are open if anybody wants to call. So, again, last night, there's a lot of megaphones. Last night in Springfield, where it looks like there are many more marchers tonight, there was a couple of weird confrontations. I'm pretty sure, is that the place where you saw like the muscle men, the muscle heads that were in down there trying to beat people up too? That was Springfield also, I believe. It was pretty crazy in Springfield last night, man. Hello, caller.
Oh, hey there, hey there.
What's happening?
Oh, no, well, I just saw your talk show, and I was thinking, how we could solve the problem, and I was thinking that we would all poop on each other, rub all each other, and start sticking each other's butts, Start rubbing each other's butts.
Well, that might work, but a lot of these people are really strange when it comes to like rubbing up against each other. So it might work, but I don't think we can get everybody to participate. So many people on the street in Springfield, Oregon. We saw the people get brutalized by the police there last night. And then they had an issue with some other people, too, who were acting like they could challenge the protesters because they didn't like the protesters' message. Whatever it was. Black Lives Matter, I believe. So it was very odd in Springfield, but that just brought out many more people. And this is the way that it's going to work over and over again. So I don't know why the police can't figure that out. It seems really obvious. It's just like they just jump to brutalize the people. And they should know that that's going to turn out very badly, right? I mean, it's just going to bring more people into the street. We've watched it again and again. Portland, Seattle, more and more people. And we've seen it other places too. What always happens? It's what happened with the Occupy movement. Occupy movement went on for 12 months, but for the first 30 days or so, it was all about New York City. And then New York City started getting brutalized by the police. And then all of a sudden, Occupy was everywhere. Because the whole world's watching. So, that's where we're at. And I think it's a beautiful thing that the whole world's watching, and that the people are standing up to the police state. I think it's a beautiful thing. I always will think that's a beautiful thing. I look forward to it becoming a little bit more, well, it looks like we're getting some permanent changes in Seattle. One of the city council members today outlined her proposals for how to defund the Seattle police by 50%. So, I have that video for you too also. It's spooled up and ready to go. I'll play it for you momentarily. What is that? Oh, that's see the girl in the bikini? That's an ad for beer, right? That's an ad for beer, right? Man, they would never let people do that with marijuana, right? No matter, I mean, you can't use cartoon characters, you can't use bright colors. In Canada, it's illegal to sell anything with a cannabis leaf graphic on it. And marijuana's legal there. It's crazy. All right, so you want to see the marijuana video again? I love the marijuana video. How to cure marijuana abuse.
Up to ready.
A new study suggests using CBD could help people who abuse marijuana. Researchers monitored a few dozen people who have cannabis use disorder. That's when marijuana impairs their psychological, physical, or social functioning. Scientists found giving those patients CBD could possibly reduce the patient's pot use. The team says they used medical-grade CBD that was safe, and they saw no serious adverse effects during the study.
The best treatment for overuse of cannabis is more cannabis. Duh! How many times have I been telling you this? You're not eating enough marijuana. Come on, people. We wouldn't be having these problems if you just eat enough marijuana for a change. Your brains would actually work the way they're supposed to. The cure for overusing cannabis is more cannabis. Duh. It's the cure for everything. I keep telling you this. What's that say? Reform, overthrow. What's it say? It must be overthrown. This system cannot be reformed. This is what I say. This system cannot be reformed. The evil has soaked into every nook and cranny. We must burn it to the motherfucking ground so that we can start over with a fresh, clean ground without this evil presence, which is the Democrats and the Republicans. No more, ever again. I would much rather have the communist or the socialist in charge than the Democrats or the Republicans any day of the week for the rest of my life, as long as we both shall live. In a heartbeat, I would rather have that. The people in charge are garbage. And they're never going to change from this fucking bullshit because the status quo is garbage. And that's what they love, is the status quo. That's what they protect, is the status quo. Change is not an option. You will see this clearly when they go to vote to legalize marijuana. They're really not interested in that. They don't believe in freedom either, see? Neither the Democrats nor the Republicans. They don't believe in freedom. What they believe in is that you need to be babysat from something as benign as marijuana, as cannabis, from this amazing resource that you can clothe your children with, you can feed them, you can build your home out of it, you can fuel your cars on it, you can use it as medicine. They can't stand it. They hate it. The last thing any of them want, who the status quo works so well for, is to change that. They don't want it legal. They just want more and more laws. More and more police state. So, I have a video about Trump postponing the election. Trump says that the election should be postponed. In case you didn't notice that, I thought it would probably be important to bring to your attention and possibly have a discussion about. Because your fearless fucking leader hates you, hates your freedom, and hates the Constitution of the United States. As I've said again and again, he is the threat described in the vow that he takes against all threats, domestic and foreign, to the Constitution. Your rights. That's who Donald Trump is. He is that threat. And it's easy to prove.
Congressional leaders say the presidential election will happen in November, despite an idea floated by President Trump today to possibly delay it.
The president's morning tweet set off a firestorm of reaction with less than 100 days until the presidential election. KOMO's Steve McCarran is live in Seattle to explain what it would take to actually change that date. Steve?
Molly, essentially, it is up to Congress, and every person we talk with today say they don't believe that date for the presidential election, which is currently November 3rd, will change.
We wouldn't be having this conversation if the president were 10 points up rather than 10 points down.
KOMO political analyst Ron Dotzauer believes the president is simply playing politics, suggesting in this tweet that the presidential election in November should be delayed. That tweet today coming just minutes after a new report showed the country's economy shrank by 9.5% from April to June.
It's just amazing to me what he's trying to do here, and it's not going to work. We're not going to change the election date.
Changing it would require an act of Congress. Democrats and Republicans, including Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, said the election will take place on November 3rd.
We take this very, very seriously.
State Attorney General Bob Ferguson told me he's ready to take the president to court if he tries to act on his suggestion.
He can create chaos. He can sow confusion across the country, but lawsuits will be brought by Washington State, and I suspect others, and federal judges will step in and require those elections to take place on Election Day. I'm confident that's what's going to happen.
The president's tweet is the latest in a series of statements in recent months trying to raise doubts about the security of mail-in voting as more states look to expand its use in the midst of the coronavirus pandemic. In Washington, the system's been in place statewide since 2011. Secretary of State Kim Wyman says no voting system is perfect, but in her 27 years leading elections, she's never seen widespread fraud.
Washington's experience really shows what actually happens and that it is a fair and accessible and secure election.
So we did reach out to the state Republican Party about all of this today, but so far we have not heard back. In his tweet today, the president called absentee voting good. Secretary of State Kim Wyman told me essentially there's no difference between the processing of absentee ballots and mail-in ballots. The difference, she says, absentee ballots require a voter to request them. Live in Seattle tonight, Steve McCarran, KOMO News.
Steve, thank you. At his press conference this afternoon, Governor Inslee also stressed the importance of voting accessibility, and he said that our state is a shining example of how mail-in voting works.
Regardless of party, voting by mail is safe, it is secure, and voting by mail improves democracy by improving access to the ballot box.
Our state's path to mail-in voting started way back in 1991 when all voters were allowed to get an absentee ballot regardless of the reason.
Now, I can tell you, I don't believe anything that Jay Inslee has to say. Jay Inslee is completely full of shit and a horrible, horrible leader and needs to find a different fucking career. And I don't trust mail-in voting because I wish that I could. I wish that it was. I thought that it was totally secure, and I think it's a great idea. Although I think finding some way for people to vote on their phone or something is probably even better. But I think it's a great idea because you get the ballot mailed out to you. You can look at the ballot. You don't know who someone is. You can look them up online. Say, "Ooh, I like this guy. I don't like this guy." Blah blah blah. On and on. I think it's a really good idea. You can take a couple days to make up your mind. But somehow Joe Biden won the primary in Washington state. And I don't know how that could possibly have happened unless like every Republican in the state voted for Joe Biden, because there's no way the Democrats did. So it's very, very strange, and I don't trust the person that's in charge of the DNC, locally or nationally, and it seems like that person has a lot to do with the way votes are counted, which is a load of bullshit. I don't like this whole system. We got to find something better. The people are getting screwed. We've talked a lot about, the Bernie Sanders getting fucked in 2016, Bernie Sanders getting fucked in 2020, Ron Paul getting fucked in 2012, because Ron Paul won in Iowa, which is the first primary, and they said that he didn't lie. He didn't win. They lied about it, and that's what I'm talking about. This is the outcome that we're always going to get from Democrats and Republicans. Doesn't matter who you vote for, they're going to install the person that they see as what the elders believe to be the best choice, which is what they did in 2016, which is why Donald Trump is now president. Because if Bernie Sanders had been the one that Donald Trump had to stand up against in 2016, Donald Trump would not be president right now. And oh my God, socialist! Oh my God! A socialist would be president right now. Because Donald Trump is a scumbag. But the DNC is even worse because they don't even respect their own voters. They don't even give a shit about what you think about your giant grassroots movement, about how you want to move forward. They elected this time a candidate who, again, doesn't believe that marijuana should be legal. Joe Biden does not believe that marijuana should be legalized. Fuck Joe Biden, okay? If that's the best candidate you can get, Democrats, then you don't belong being a party in these United States anymore, because you don't give a shit what the people want. And the truth is, you never have and never will, and this is why we have to never ever vote for a Republican or a Democrat ever again, because you're always going to get the same outcome. It doesn't matter if Ron Paul won. It doesn't matter what the people want. If they go out overwhelmingly to say this anti-war person is the best choice, we believe, they will never respect that vote. And they will always fucking play shenanigans with it and fuck the American people, because that's what the Republicans think of you and that's what the Democrats think of you. So stop acting like somehow one of them's on your side, because you're smarter than that. Hello, caller. Hello? You're smarter than that. I know you are. I hope to hell that you're smarter than that. Neither side is on your side. Right, left is a lie. It's the same. It's the same. There's no right. There's no left. It's just the same never-ending wars of choice. Drug war, Iraq war, Afghanistan war. Any war we can get into. We want war with China. That one will last forever. And ever, and ever, and ever. That's who the Democrats and the Republicans are. And it should be obvious to anyone. And somehow you've been suckered into believing that one side or the other is there for you. Supports you. And you talk about communists and socialists. The same propaganda that was spoon-fed to your great-great-grandma and is now your favorite brand of Kool-Aid. So weird. Mr. Gullible. Let's see. Okay, so here is an explanation of how we are going to defund the Seattle Police Department. I know you want to see that. Going to be a big discussion tomorrow. So here, you'll get on it. You get in on it early.
Seattle City Council member Kshama Sawant has now unveiled her plan on how to cut the police department budget by 50% and where that money should be spent instead. So far, she is the only council member to do so. KOMO's Matt Markovich joins us now live with the breakdown. Matt.
Yeah, Molly, other council members are expected to do it tomorrow in front of a very important budget meeting. But Kshama Sawant always to take the lead here in these situations, is the first to come out and put out her plan. It's basically a 50% reduction of SPD's budget across all the departments, and that includes patrol officers, which would be the most significant cut. And she specifically would eliminate department's navigation team entirely to put an end to homeless sweeps, as she puts it. Then she laid out where that $85 million in cuts this year would go to. The largest portion, nearly $35 million, going toward funding affordable working class housing in communities that have faced displacement and gentrification, followed by funding of black and brown restorative justice programs and alternate public safety models that would replace how policing is done in many areas.
The city political establishment is way past the time to act. So this is not the time to wait, it's the time to act.
Now, a new poll done by EMC Research, sponsored by an unnamed business client of theirs, found that 53% of likely voters like the idea of SPD's budget cut by 50%. 45% disagree. And of the people they most trust to cut that budget, 61% believe Seattle Police Chief Carmen Best would be the best person to do so, followed by the mayor herself, and the funding the police movement and the city council were tied at 47%. Now, the prevailing feeling by many of the stemming from a lot of the comments made by council members in the public meetings is that there won't be a 50% cut of SPD's budget this year. And the mayor is proposing basically what turns out to be a 10% cut. So we're going to be somewhere in between when we find out about the real budget proposals tomorrow during the Budget Committee amendment meeting. Back to you.
Well, Matt, I know it's early with so much to hash out, but has the mayor or SPD responded to this plan?
They have, in a way, SPD following behind what the mayor's office is saying. The mayor's office is basically saying these cuts that she's proposing is nothing new. What was new today is how she was going to spend the $85 million. Now, though, according to the mayor's Central Budget Office analysis, those cuts would actually result in 681 patrol officers being laid off, but a total of 1,800 people from the police department, entire staff, would be laid off throughout the end of this year. Now, the staff of the department is only 2,200 people, so you would have 400 people basically left by the end of the year, according to the CBO of the mayor's office, if Kshama Sawant's budget proposals go through.
All right, Matt, thanks very much.
And just in, a Portland judge just blocked Portland police from live streaming protests and riots in the city. So this is breaking now from our Portland sister station K2. A Multnomah County Circuit judge made the ruling a short time ago. This temporarily bars the Portland Police Bureau from live streaming protests. And the move comes after the ACLU filed a lawsuit claiming that the police were collecting and maintaining audio and video of protesters and it infringed upon their First Amendment rights. The ACLU lawsuit claimed that live streaming the protests leaves protesters subject to surveillance by federal law enforcement.
Okay, so we still got Springfield, Oregon in the house here, and Portland, and of course Portland and Ferguson, Missouri, and Los Angeles, California. People are in the streets. So, and I think it's a beautiful thing. So, if anybody wants to talk about the election being off, no election, which I've been telling you now for 6 months, there's no election. People keep calling and saying, so what do you think about the election? How are we going to do the election? What about the election? I said, there's no election. It's off. I've been telling you this for forever. There's no election. We're not doing it. Weird. Oh, man. And today Trump agreed. Hello, caller. Hello, caller.
Oh, shit. God damn it, Michael.
Joe?
No, this is Steve McClanahan. This is Steve motherfucking goddamn motherfucking McClanahan. After I got out the hospital, been on drugs, it made me turn into having a goddamn country accent. I've been on drugs and shit. They told me it was like on the bottle. It was like, if you take these fucking drugs, you drink alcoholic beverages, which I've not been doing, okay? It may sound like it, but on the bottle, it said, if you're taking these goddamn motherfucking meds and shit, you may experience Southern accent.
Huh.
And I had to call in because I'm worried, Michael. I don't know if I'll ever get my voice back after taking these goddamn pain medications and these goddamn other fucking shit and stuff. It's fucking rough out here. And staying sober, that's what I'm all about. And now I'm feeling like, shit, god damn it. I'm just sitting over here fucking, handicapped and shit. I'm thinking about fucking mixing these goddamn sons of bitches with some alcohol. Maybe I'll get back to more normal fucking voice and shit, because this is completely fucked. I don't like it. I'm mad about this. You can't mix
pain medication. You can't mix pain medication with alcohol. You stop breathing.
You can't?
No, stop breathing. It's not a good plan.
Well, I tell you what. All right, well, I'll take your advice on that. All right. I'm going to give it another couple fucking goddamn days. If I can't fucking squash this goddamn fucking accent, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to fucking sue the goddamn government over this fucking medication. Is this some kind of savant syndrome? Because, I'm not feeling any fucking smarter right now. And if I've got this fucking accent for the rest of my goddamn life, how am I going to have a fucking news career and shit that's completely fucked? You know what I'm saying? This is completely fucked. I'm not happy about this. One bit. One fucking bit. Seriously. But since I'm fucking gone all redneck and shit, I guess I'm talking about the goddamn election, how we ain't having no fucking election and stuff. Are we not having no fucking election?
Nope, election's off.
Well, good. Fuck it. But we might as well just party, Goddamn, what am I saying? Yeah, dude, just party. Party it up. Fuck it, there's no election. We don't have to deal with the goddamn Democrats and shit. What the fuck am I even saying? I'm sorry. God damn it, this pain medication is fucking me up. I'm trying to party and shit. I'm trying not to party, okay? We need to have an election. No, we don't. We don't need to have an election. We don't. Just party it up. God damn it! All right, I gotta go because I've got multiple fucking personalities right now, Michael. I've got to get off the phone. Just party, now!
So I have a video about that. There's apparently a sheriff in Florida who is cracking down on parties, which reminds me of my high school days when the cops used to come and raid our parties and scare everybody away.
All right.
Move to other stories. The sheriff in Broward County, Florida is cracking down on big parties, trying to stop the spread of the virus there. People scattered, you can see, after a shooting at this party earlier this month. In the 2 weeks since this operation's launched, police say they've already given out 260 tickets.
This operation has been very pivotal in our ability not only just to break up the crime patterns that we're seeing, but also for helping reduce the spread of COVID-19.
Broward County borders Miami-Dade County, and it's where Florida broke another death record yesterday.
Right. It's weird. You see how dark it is in Los Angeles and like in Portland and Springfield? It's like pretty bright outside still. I thought it was just Seattle. I was like, man, it's weird how much lighter it is, but that's kind of tripping me out, man. Tripping me out, dude. All right, so let's see. We have Springfield in the house, and Portland in the house, and Los Angeles in the house, and Ferguson, Missouri in the house. Welcome, Ferguson, Missouri. Hello, caller. Hello, caller.
What's up, motherfucker? What you talking about?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about making some fajitas. I got shit to put on them because I'm moving. I got some chicken. I got some salsa. That's about it.
Got cheese?
I ain't got no fucking cheese.
You got beans?
I ain't got no fucking beans.
Oh, man. Is the salsa hot? Is it spicy?
Shut this shit up. I got paste. Oh, yeah, I got some Mateos.
Right on.
Mateos to work.
Could be worse, I guess, huh?
I got some motherfucking shredded Parmesan. That's all I got for cheese.
It might work. I'll give it a try.
Fuck that shit. What kind of fucking cocksucker is going to put Parmesan on fucking fajitas, man?
I get some really good Parmesan, man. Tastes good on almost everything.
Hey, so I'm looking at your headline here. Trump suggests the election should be postponed.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think it should just be canceled. Trump's going to win anyway.
It's canceled. Don't worry. You're going to get your wish.
Fuck yeah. So Trump's going to be your president another 4 years.
Not my president.
You must be excited.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I love watching the people stand up against him in Portland and make those pieces of shit run out of town with their tail between their legs. I think it's fucking awesome.
Oh, it works good both ways because once they pull out and that federal courthouse gets burned down, it's going to piss off a lot of motherfucking Republicans, right?
Fuck the Republicans. Idiots, man.
It's going to be a landslide, motherfucker, for Trump. That's what's going to happen.
Because he said he was going to take care of it in a matter of hours once he sends in his Gestapo goon squad. And now they fucking are leaving with their tail between their legs, and the courthouse is going to get burnt to the ground, and it's all on Trump's watch.
Nah, dog, you got it all wrong, man. What happens is he's going to pull the feds out. Yeah, he's going to pull the feds out and the fucking police. They're going to have restrictions, and then they're going to get bombarded with fucking debris and shit. Then motherfuckers are going to go in there and burn down the courthouse. It's going to have double effect. All these politicians out there are going to look completely incompetent. They already do. They are.
Fuck the feds, dude. What is your fucking deal with having the fucking federal dick in your mouth, man? Why you like the police so much? Why you like the police so much, dude?
Trump wins every way.
Don't give a fuck. Trump Biden, it's the same fucking shit, man. Trump Biden, I don't give a fuck. It's the same shit. Okay? I just want to know why you it's the same fucking garbage. I could care less. I just want to know why you love the police state so much.
I don't give a shit for the cops or the cocksucking protesters.
You love the fucking police.
Fuck them both.
These people are standing up against the police. Pick a side, motherfucker. Either you stand with the cops or you stand with the police state or you stand with freedom. Your choice.
You know, there's some statistics out there that say fuckers that don't like Trump got little tic-tac dicks.
You're a little obsessed with the size of dicks, aren't you?
Bro, I got a big dick. I support Trump.
Yeah, I'm so sure. That's why you're so obsessed with the size of dicks. Because you got a big dick. You're a little obsessed with you're a little obsessed with dicks, so you know.
All I know is I got a big dick.
And you're a little obsessed with dicks.
You gonna ask my girl?
Think about dicks a lot, don't you?
You don't want talking about dick. I'm giving you statistics. Big dick support Trump.
You brought up dicks. Yeah, see, there you go talking about dicks. There you go talking about dicks again. You think about dicks awful lot, man.
These protesters out on the street want a bunch of free shit. Fucking losers.
Yeah.
Fucking losers, man.
Go lick boots somewhere else, dude. Bunch of free shit. Yeah, they're the ones standing up against a fucking comply or die police state. Why you fucking talk about dicks. Why you can't stop thinking about dicks. Why you talk endlessly about dicks. These are the people that are actually standing up. Hello, caller.
Hey, what's going on?
I'm doing this thing that I do. What is going on with you?
Hey, I'm watching this, I guess you want to call it a scope on the periscope there, man. I see a lot of protests going on in the streets, man. I feel like, you know, all of it's justified.
It is justified.
You know, because the way this country's been run into, you know, taking away people's rights and freedoms, so-called freedoms, even though they say we're free when, you know, they tax us in everything we do.
Right.
And every place we go. You know, as long as you're not putting into their commerce or into their fiction, reality, their fiction of government that they have created when they try to say that you have to have a license to drive a car and a license to fish, to feed yourself, and you got to have all these policies in place to create basically a society where they say that they're not communists, but they're pretty much trying to implement a
police
society
state
where, a police state, or like I don't know the word there, you know, when like you're saying, the Gestapo, you know, a one-seated rulership, like a kingship, you know, that the president has all authority and people can, you know, be killed and assassinated for not doing, you know, what's been mandated or put as a law. A dictatorship, that's the word. So, you know, it's all justified. These people out here protesting, you know, trying to stand up for freedoms and rights, that there's these federal people are supposed to be upholding the Constitution of America, and in reality, they're just upholding what the president has told them to do, which really shows a dictatorship that's being taken, away from the people here, like we've seen in D.C. When he wanted to go and pose in front of a church building. You know, and he held this Bible up, man. He had that was against, you know, he violated the rights of those people, the freedom of assembly and the freedom to protest. And he had all these, these armed guards, push everybody out of the way and
tear gas them and pepper spray them and hit them with pepper balls and rubber bullets even.
Just to get a photo op in front of a church that he's never attended.
Right.
And to hold up a Bible that was upside down, that it's probably not even his Bible.
It wasn't his Bible. One of the reporters asked him if it was his Bible. He was holding it up in the air and the reporter said, "Is that your Bible?" And he brought it down and he looked at it and he said, and then he looked at the reporter and he said, "It's a Bible."
It's A-Biden. Yeah, that's what he said.
That's
So, yeah,
exactly
it's
what he
very
said,
sad.
word for word, man.
It's very sad, and I don't think it's all just by the hand of this man. I don't give him the.
No, it's not him. Obama could have prevented these people being in the streets.
Yeah, they give a lot of credit to this president, this man that they call the president. They give a lot of credence to what this man says and try to act like he's doing all this. But they have a whole, the whole Senate's run by the majority is Republicans, and they have the final say, and they hold back everything that the Democrats are trying to do. And I don't side with Democrats or Republicans or the liberals or the extremists or whoever. I'm not that person. I don't even vote anymore. I just gave up on the society as it is. I just try to make do with my own house and try to stay away from the police because I'm in fear of them yanking me out of my car and hitting me in the back of the head with a billy club for no reason because my tail light was out or or
I hear you.
I looked aggressively at him and he thought I was gonna attack him through my window or with my eyes. He looked like So it's just a very it's a touchy situation.
Yeah.
Let
me tell you something. I was walking back from the grocery store with 2 bags of groceries in my hands, and a cop pulls me over as I'm walking down like a block from my house and stops me and tells me that I match the description of a person that they're looking for and wants to see my ID. A guy with a 1.5 foot long beard carrying 2 bags of groceries? Is that what you're looking for? Really? Fucking assholes, man.
Yeah, right. Like they try to generalize and put everybody in this category. If you're walking and there's something wrong, he's walking.
Right.
If you're not in their their reality of driving a Mercedes Benz or a Bentley or a one of these.
Well,
nice
it's like that poor kid.
Convoys
it's like that poor kid in Aurora, Colorado. What's his name? McLean. He was walking home from getting like iced tea or whatever, and they stopped him because he was they stopped him because he was he looked suspicious, and they fucking killed him, man. It's just fucking
they said
bullshit.
That somebody had made a call, and they had to report to the scene because somebody had called them. And these are all allegations. These officers, they act on allegations, and when they show up, they already have a inclination that there was a crime committed.
Well,
so they act in a way that these people are criminals.
Right, everybody's a criminal until you prove them different. And not only that, but they have this like they show up and then they have this, they're all adrenaline junkies, right? So the minute they get that call to go somewhere, their adrenaline starts pumping, and
that's very scary.
Yeah.
It's very scary. I've interacted with them for let's see, I've been to jail 9 times.
Wow.
In my life. And most of them were over car tickets, a failure to appear for a traffic citation, disorderly conduct. I had a simple possession of marijuana. I had they're all misdemeanors and, petty things. But you look at that on paper, you pop that up on a computer screen, oh, he's got 9 prior arrests.
Yeah.
These people are coming at me, brother, with like machine guns and, rifles with scopes on them and 9 police officers, you see. So it's a very dangerous time that we live in.
Yeah. Dealing
with anything government, anything with power, anything with authority. Like here, I live in Tennessee, and they made the mandate, you got to wear these masks.
Right.
It's very troubling, man. Anywhere you go without this mask, there's people that's ready to attack you. It gives them a way into attack because you are not wearing a mask. So they have, there's a motive right there. You're trying to kill us by not wearing this mask, or
weird,
you're opposing what these people are telling us to do, and you're the problem, and we have to get you. And there's a place called Dollywood here in Tennessee. Dolly Parton bought this place called Silver Dollar City years back, and she renovated and made all these big rides, and it's an amusement park.
Yeah.
So I bought tickets for my family. You know, we've been in lockdown for 3 months, so I bought these season passes to this place called Dollywood, and when we get there, it's 90 degrees outside, and the humidity's 98 degrees. It's very sticky and hot. You know, we get there at like 1 o'clock. You know, they make us get on these trolleys, and they say everybody has to wear a mask. Even outside, you wear a mask. On every ride, you wear a mask. And you get inside this amusement park, there's no water fountain. They cut all the water fountains
Oh my God, that's so
You can't go to any water fountain and get a drink of water other than buying a soda or something that they have to sell you that's ridiculously overpriced. So we found refuge, me and my 2 little children, in the bathroom where there was air conditioning and the faucets had water. My son was drinking water out of the faucet in the bathroom.
Wow.
You see, when we finally found a bathroom, when there was no people out there instructing us, well, this is a safe area, you can remove your mask, and I had police follow me in there, and we was finally leaving. My son was out of breath. Let me make this short. He was out of breath, and he could barely walk. He was red in the face, very hot. We've been in house all, 3 months. We finally get outside the house.
Yeah.
We get there, we're leaving. I said, son, we're almost there. We're going to these trolleys. They're going to take us to the car. We'll get out of here. We walked around here enough. It's very hot. It's on the side of a mountain. And we walked to the trolley line, and there's lines. You got to wait to get on the trolley. And we're waiting to get on the trolley. He fell out on the floor and waiting on this trolley. And we get on the trolley, and they're like, everybody has to have a mask. Everybody's checking their mask. And my son didn't have his mask. I didn't see his mask come off of him. And this old man that's working, they got all these old people with gray hair. There's really older people, like senior citizens, working there. And it's grievous time. And these are people on high risk watch. And they look at my son. He needs to put a mask on. Oh my God! They start freaking out. They stop the trolley. They threaten me with security. They say, "Oh, we're gonna have security come get you. Call security." He's not putting a mask on his son. I said, "Man, he's 8 years old. He's out of breath. He's red in the face. He can barely breathe. He's never worn this mask his whole life." And I said, "What are you gonna do? You gonna put it on him? You gonna make him put it on?" And then the man's looking at me like I'm being, I'm going crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are really in fear. You're crazy. It's borderline psychotic.
I agree.
How they're treating people with these stupid little masks, and we're outside. We're outside. We're not in a building.
Right.
So, the fear that these people have, it's very gross, and it's very sick. And to fight against this power, the powers that be, is what people have to do and stand up for their rights. I'm really sad and bothered by these so-called Christians in America when they allow these people to say a bar and a gym can have, 50% capacity, but if you go to a church, you can only have 30% capacity, and you can't do this, and you can't assemble together when it goes against their so-called, their belief system.
No
sad, man.
No singing.
These Christians,
no singing in church.
No singing, no praying out loud, no crying out to God, no touching, no sitting close to people. It's just really, these people don't have no guts. They have no spine. I call them jellybacks because they're spineless people. They just walk around, they're jelly. They're just a bowl of soup, and they don't stand up for nothing. And a lot of people.
And you know what else? You know what else? It's not even that they don't stand up for nothing. It's that they're threatened by the people who do stand up. I hate that, man. You still there?
Yeah, it's the time to stand up. These people have been silent a lot of times. Like I'm a mixed man. I have different ethnicities in my heritage and the culture and the way I live. And my wife was Caucasian, and my children are mixed black and Caucasian and Latino and Indian and Spanish, and we're all mixed up here. And people look at me and they see my children, and they can't understand how you got these children darker than these kids are lighter. And and it's just like, man, this is where we live at, where people have these preconceived notions about how things are supposed to be.
Yeah.
And they don't want to accept nothing. And then when they see an injustice, when they see somebody lashing out, saying, oh, you don't have no rights, they just really get really silent and they crawl into these little holes and, they act like, oh my God, something's about to happen and they don't speak up. And that's really the reason why we're at where we're at now, because people never spoke up. When I was at that Dollywood, I was telling this man, I said, you're crazy, and when he said, I'm gonna call the security, I called him a punk. I said, you're a punk, man. You're going to call security on my son?
Yeah, on an 8-year-old, give me a break.
And there's another man standing in the background in the line. He said, oh, you're a big, tough guy, aren't you? See, so they want to speak up for the wrong thing and not for the right thing. Like the caller you just had, he was want to speak up for the police instead of for the
people, the Americans. Yeah. These are the brave. That's the way I see in the the land of the free and the home of the brave. These people are the brave. They're standing up standing up against trigger happy cops who can't stand to be challenged.
Yeah, man. I'm glad that they have a lot of these people are not of they're not, heavily melanated. They're not really, black or Latino or Native American Indian. These are, Caucasians. These are people who, have seen all these injustices going on and never had a chance to stand. I'm glad they're out there getting tear gassed and, beat up by these poles and sticks and getting their arms broken and their mouths bashed open, because they're actually, this is their time too. Finally, they can vindicate themselves for not saying nothing all their lives.
Well,
being quiet.
Injustice isn't just about, black people. You know what I mean? Injustice is about all of us. And if there's not justice, either there is justice or there isn't. And clearly we don't have equal justice at all at this time.
Yeah, it's very sad. I cry, man. Sit in my house. It's just me and my kids. And I just cry out, man. It's just very sad. This world has came to a point where it's just people are just happy when somebody gets shot and when stuff happens and when places get built, buildings get blown up, and it's just a very terrible place we live in where this goes on a daily, every day, and it's no utopia. It's no real peace. It's no unity. It's all, everybody's separate on everything, and everybody's ideas are different, and nobody has a common goal, and everybody's pushed and separated, and it's just, man, this time we live in is very messed up. I don't see none of these riots stopping no time soon, or whatever they trying to call them, the protests.
Yeah.
I don't see it stopping.
I sure hope not, man. I can't, I can't wait until there's 1 million people surrounding the White House with torches and pitchforks, dude.
Yeah, well, I was talking to my brother about that. I was like, overseas, when they riot and protest, there's like 5,000 people in a crowd before this federal building. You see?
Yeah.
And they're all pushing forward towards that building.
Yeah.
And there's no way a 500 troopers or federal troops can stop a crowd of 5,000.
Well, there's been a couple of nights here in Portland when there's been 20,000-30,000 people surrounding that building.
Yeah, see, so all it's a powder keg then.
Yeah.
All it takes is one incident and everybody to rise up, and just take it over.
Right.
And tear the building down from the inside out or whatever.
Right.
And it's very sad that the tactics that they're using for against these people coming out with these flashbangs and these smoke bombs and tear gases and things like that. It's all provoked that they're doing that. You see, they've been provoked by sending in these troops, by sending in these federal marshals.
Yeah.
By without giving them their rights, they just come and bring judgment. Oh, we're gonna beat this man up to a pulp and hog time and carry him to jail without no due process.
Yeah, man, we saw what those cops did to that Navy veteran in Portland, man. They just started wailing on him with their fucking sticks, and he's just standing there with his hands up.
yeah, he said he got his hand broken.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, that last hit, it broke my hand. And he said, I just gave him the 2 big birds with him and walked away.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that man took that, man. Wow. Yeah, them veterans, you know, are out there getting beat up as well, man.
Yep.
That one guy was like, oh, he's got an American flag on his jacket, talking to a federal agent.
Yeah.
They're American. You know,
right.
but their orders are to protect a building, not to protect the people. And that goes against the Constitution, their oath that they swore in when they became, you know, protectors of the American, of America.
Of the people, people's rights. That's what, I mean, they swore an oath to the Constitution, and the Constitution is about the people's rights. Hey, what's your name?
I'm Micah, man.
Micah?
Micah, yeah.
Right on. It's good to hear from you, bro. Where are you calling from?
I'm in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Okay.
Knoxville.
Well,
yeah, man, I would be out there too, man. It's in me too. I was always into activism growing up and stuff like that, and here in my later years, I got 2 children I have to care for myself now, so I can't get out and do anything now. But
yeah.
You know, I do what I can, and I have a voice, so I let it be heard, even though many people don't want to hear it. But you know, it comes from a lot of suffering. Where I stand on it, it's through suffering. The Bible says through much suffering we're made perfect. So through a lot of suffering, being harassed, profiled, you know, a lot of people saying lies in courtrooms, and you know, I went to court. My parents took me to court for a order of protection. They said that I was threatening them in their own house, which was ridiculous. But I went into court and I had this judge judging the case, and I looked at the judge and I said, Judge, you know, if I was afforded the same opportunities that you have, maybe I would be up there and you would be down here. And the judge got appalled. He said, oh, I'm appalled at that, Micah, for what you had just said. You've been afforded every opportunity to be in the same situation I am, and you could be being a judge, because this is America. And I'm like, no, statistics say that, no, my parents were alcoholics. You see, I said, here's my parents in this courtroom. My mom's sitting back there. She's half lit on alcohol and liquor. My dad can barely walk. I'm disabled. Where are your parents? Your parents prepared a good place for you to get you into that judgeship. You know, they put you into good colleges. They afforded you every opportunity to make sure to get you where you're at. These are my parents. So yeah, the society that we live in, their ideas are a little altered, and they're really off in their perception of what is really going on in reality. Now, everybody's not afforded these things to be a judge, you know, and
right.
to have a 2-parent household without dysfunction of alcohol or drug abuse or drug addiction or whatever it could be. You see, so yeah, and these are the judges that people elect to rule over the people. So we definitely need to defund these police officers, because when they can show up to a domestic call with battering rams and armored vehicles and high-powered ammunition and all these different things and robots and helicopters and you name it, they got it. It's too much. They got too much power. They have too much power, and they need to be dismantled.
I agree. I agree. They have way too much power, and we need to, when the cops, especially people like who need mental health services, right? I mean, if you have mental health issues, you're like 11 times more likely to be killed by police. If you have unaddressed mental health issues, you're like 17 times more likely to be killed by police. So
yeah, they showed there was a killing of a man. His name was what was his name? I don't remember his name, but it was at an apartment complex. They just released it. Sacramento or San Diego Police Department showed a shooting of this man. He pulled a gun out the man was holding this gun away from him in front of an apartment building, and they're telling him, put your gun down, Jeremy, put it down. We don't want to do this. We don't want to do this. And they're trying to just talk to him, and this guy has a gun drawn on these police officers 95 feet away. He grabs his cell phone out of his pocket. He calls somebody while he's pointing the gun. He uses his phone, and he starts calling somebody, and he's still holding his gun. He's in plain sight of these officers. He ain't trying to get no cover. He's not shot the gun, not one time. But these officers come, and the other officers show up on scene with high-powered rifles, and one guy hops out of the car. I'm gonna take the shot. Boom, shoots this man in the chest. He ain't been on scene but 2 seconds.
Yeah.
The other guy says, oh, he's going for his gun again. Boom, shoots him again, kills him. Then I'm reading the comments, and the comment section is, oh man, them officers did a wonderful job. Oh, they couldn't did much better job than that. I'm in the comments like, no, look, there was a man's life that got taken for no reason. The man looked like he was mentally unstable. He had to been ill. Who holds a gun at police officers and then makes a phone call? And nobody but the mentally ill and the people who's been terrorized by police all their life does those things.
Go ahead.
It's just terrible that this is where we're at.
It's so sad
with these rifles.
It's so sad.
All these ammunition. I was talking to a kid over in London. He said, yeah, there's no gun violence here in London, but there's a lot of stabbing.
Yeah.
I said, man, I'd much rather get stabbed than get shot. But everybody wants to keep their guns, and I understand it's in the Constitution, but they're not upholding this Constitution. Maybe the Constitution needs to be ratified. Who knows, Maybe it needs to be amended to suit the people and where the people are at now.
I really think we need to amend the Constitution to say that there should be no political parties participating in our elections ever again. That way, on election day, when you go to vote, it's not fucking Republicans going to vote for fucking Republicans and fucking Democrats going to vote for fucking Democrats. It's Americans going to vote for Americans, And I think
that makes sense.
I think that
makes 100%.
Yeah,
that makes good sense.
And as both of these people, I mean, the Republicans and the Democrats have just led us into this horrible position that we're in now. They don't serve any of us. They don't represent any of us. Maybe we could actually get, some real people up there instead of this fake party shit,
That makes 100, or create a new party, or something. I see where it's going, but I don't know. It's definitely a separation. Now you have the Republicans and Democrats, and I look at it as the Union and the Confederacy.
They're the same fucking thing. I know that.
So, yeah, I might, maybe, I hope that it doesn't come to it, but it might be another civil war happen because all this stuff is going on so much, because like you said, either you're for the police or you're against the police. So
it's not so much the police. It's either you stand with. I said this since I've been on YouTube for 17 years, man. Either you stand on the side of freedom or you stand with the police state. And it's the way that they drew the lines. It's not the way the American people want it. It's the way they've drawn the lines. The police can do no wrong. The police can kill anyone they want. All they have to do is say, I feared for my life, and they shoot anybody. I mean, Tamara Rice playing in the park, 12 fucking years old. Goddamn cops out of the fucking car in less than 2 seconds. That kid was dead, man. Bullshit.
Yeah, playing with a fake gun.
Yeah.
And shot him in front of his sister.
Yeah.
His 8-year-old sister had to see that. And they threw his sister in a police car, and she sat in that police car wet, soaked with snow, because they tackled her in the snow when she was trying to run after her brother, and left her in the back of that patrol car for almost 4 hours. 4 hours by herself. Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, these people did a real disservice.
It's
man.
disgusting.
These people that sit on the other side and say, "Oh no, they were just doing their jobs," and these people claim immunity. Oh, the Supreme Court says, "Oh, they're immune. They don't need to know the laws. They don't have to have no kind of degree." They don't have to have no type of, you can't sue these people for their duties as a police officer. That stuff needs to change.
Yeah.
We need to be able to prosecute and sue in a civil court for any damages that these police officers do while they're on their job. That is crazy. You're taking away money from the city and the state when you have to sue the police department.
And you know what the word?
The taxpayers' pocket.
The worst part of those fucking police lawsuits where, they killed the wrong person and then they pay somebody's family $4 million. The family has to sign a contract that says the cops didn't do anything wrong, And if the cops didn't do anything wrong, that means there's nothing to change, right? Well, we didn't do anything wrong, so we don't have to change anything. We just keep fucking killing people that we're not supposed to.
Yeah, it needs to be dismantled, man. And, the people that say that, we can't do that are the police or are the ones who have never been put or subjugated to any harassment by the police or any situation to where the police has never did them a disservice. And once you get in the system and you get a charge against you for something domestic or whatever it may be, some type of allegation, some falsehood, then you're put in that system, then you start to see differently. Then you start to observe, no, this can't be right. No, these people can trump me on some charges. They can take my children away from me.
Right.
They can take my property away from me. They can penalize me for anything up under the sun,
right.
And I still have to have a day in court. And then they can throw your court date off 10 months away and say, oh, no, that's due process. We're all booked up and all this. Not allow you to see your kids, not allow you to be on your property, not allow you to, you see, these people have brought it into a state to where you have no freedom.
Yeah.
You are not free here in America. You have to pay everything or you're penalized. You're not playing their game. You're penalized. You're not agreeing with their systematic system. You're not buying into it. You're against them. They label you an extremist, a terrorist. They label you with all these. You're in a cult. You're a person that's anti-patriot. They got all these labels they throw on you.
Communist, socialist.
Yeah.
I hate the labels, man. The labels are the stupidest shit.
Yeah, man. Their mind they have to label you something. Like, this is black, this is white, this is green, this is red, this is, they have to put a label on everything, so people can see, oh, that's what he is, Right. But why can't he just be a person that sees something wrong?
Why can't it be an American? Why can't the people in the streets be Americans instead of communists and socialists and terrorists? They're fucking Americans. Open your damn eyes. Right, Micah?
Yeah. Hey, man, I feel bad for the people that are out there really having to, deal with these people that oppose them, man. It makes you want to cry. It makes me want to cry, man, because this is we're supposed to be a melting pot, being able to agree to disagree and move about and do what we have to do to grow our system, our economy, and man, it's just being teared down from the inside out.
Yeah.
And there's no stopping it. It's like a cancer now, like the virus that's upon America now, man. It's just going to tear everything down.
Yeah.
Which is good, My mom used to say,
right.
Once you burn something down, it is a bad thing at first when something burns down.
It's hard.
Like a field. But once it comes back better and stronger. You see?
Yeah.
It grows thicker. You burn, like they have to burn a field down before it grows. I remember driving through Arkansas.
Yeah.
And they would burn the cotton fields down or whatever.
Yeah.
They set them on fire.
Yeah.
You see? But that was to make it produce the next season. You see?
Right.
So, yeah, that's what has to happen, man.
That's how you return. That's where you return all the minerals to the earth and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how you let it rest and let it rejuvenate and rebuild. So, yeah, they don't want that. They want it, no, we're just going to keep it like this, and, and nothing can do it. Go come against us. If you come against it, You know, you're this. You know, so yeah, it's very sad, man. It's just, man, yeah, it's not gonna stop. It's not gonna stop. And once you get too far deep in, you're like, oh, we can't quit now. You know how Americans are. We can't stop now. We done came too far.
Well,
you know,
we'll see. We'll see. You know, we're in uncharted territory. Nobody knows what's going to happen. We'll get through it, man. Hey, it's really good to hear from you, Mike. I got to take a quick break here, so
all right.
I look forward to talking to you again sometime soon, okay?
All right, peace.
All right, stay cool, man. And that's the best advice I can give you all. Stay cool, babies. Stay cool. It's hot outside. It's getting hot outside. Stay cool. All right, so apparently Nancy Pelosi has mandated that everyone on the floor of the House of Representatives must now wear a mask after Louis Gohmert has been diagnosed as COVID-19 positive.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is requiring everybody to be in masks if they're going to be on the House floor.
The members cannot come onto the floor of the House unless they have a mask, and I, as Speaker, have directed the Sergeant-at-Arms, the Capitol Police, to refuse entry into the hall if people don't have on a mask, and we have masks there for them.
Now, the mandate comes after Texas Congressman Louis Gohmert tested positive for coronavirus. He's frequently seen without a mask on Capitol Hill, but he said on Twitter that he's worn one in the last week and says he feels that he may have somehow contracted the virus because he's been touching his face more as a result of putting on and off masks. Now, a doctor doesn't think that's even possible.
If he hadn't had the mask on at all, so forget he had to touch it, that virus would essentially have gone right to his mouth and nose anyway. It had to get on the mask somehow, right? And it got on the mask because somebody coughed while talking to him or spoke while talking to him. So unless he believes that Louis Pasteur was completely wrong in 1859 about spontaneous generation, masks don't grow viruses all by themselves on them.
That's a good point. Congressman Gohmert says that he will also take hydroxychloroquine to treat the virus. He says he and his doctor are all in on that medicine. That's even though experts say it's not effective for treating coronavirus.
Okay, so let's see. Are the cops getting aggro in Springfield again? Last night the cops got all aggro in Springfield and shit got out of hand, man. It looks like there is a fuck ton of people in the street in Seattle. A lot of people in the street in Portland, of course. But that's a big group of people in Seattle. So, and look at them go in Portland. That's another sea of people. Wow, that is a sea of people in Portland. Good job, Portland. Hello, caller.
What's up, motherfucker? I just want you to know I found some sour cream for my damn tacos, man.
Good plan. I guess I'm going to play a quick, well, I wanted to, you know, I'm pretty much out of videos. I have a couple more videos. I don't want to, look at all the people in Portland. Oh, man. Yeah, this isn't, Micah's right. This isn't going to stop. And I'm really glad it isn't stopping. The people in Portland now own the streets. Okay? The federal troops, the Gestapo stormtroopers sent in by Donald Trump are being pulled out. The people are still in the exact same position that they were yesterday, that they were 50 weeks ago. Hello, caller.
Trump's your president, motherfucker.
Again, the people in Portland, thousands and thousands of them, in exactly the same position that they were in weeks ago when Trump said, I'll resolve this in a matter of hours, and sent in his Gestapo stormtroopers. And now they are leaving Portland with their tails between their legs, just like their giant pussy leader. He took such good care of Portland. There are more people in the streets than ever before. Gotta love it, baby. I know I do. So let's see. This week we have been trying to see if we can reach a goal of $10 in contributions each night during the live broadcast. I know it's a lofty goal, and I wouldn't ask if it wouldn't make an actual difference. But if I was to actually make $10 per live episode in contributions, it actually would be awesome. So far this week we've made $10. We've made $10. Woo! Every night this week so far we have reached our $10 goal. Fuck yeah! So if anybody wants to help out with that, make it a fourth night in a row. Amazing. There's clickable links in the chat, or there is links in the description box of this video, of this live stream, or you can go to moxnews.com. It should take less than 2 minutes to give something back. And it's very, very nice of you. And again, Mox News survives solely on contributions from good people like yourself. That's the truth. That's the only reason that we're still here. Because good people like you giving a little something back. Otherwise, I have to go find something else to do. But we're just trying to get $10. So if anybody wants to help out, that would be awesome. We did that with every night this week so far. We have reached our goal of $10. Woohoo! And so if you want to make it 4 nights in a row, it's easy to do. I'll be like, wow, man, we are on a roll, baby. We are on a roll. All right, so I have been gardening all day long, and I am feeling really pretty good about that. And I did a lot of gardening last night, too, after we got done here. But the garden is looking freaking awesome. I'm going to have to get some video. We're going to have to use some background video of the garden, I think, here coming up pretty soon. Or maybe last summer's garden. I think I had some sunsets and stuff. I really wish we had the drone from last summer. Or last summer when I had the garden in the backyard. Then you could have started like 100 feet in the air and come down into the backyard and gone, ooh, what do we have here with the drone? That would have been a pretty cool shot, right? $1 million helicopter shot from back in the day, done with a $1.98 drone today. All right, so I think, methinks there's many people in Portland and in Seattle and in Springfield. Last night in Springfield, again, we saw people get brutalized by the police, as we've watched it happen night after night in this country for decades. We watch protesters get brutalized by police with pepper spray, batons. I think they were shooting some kind of rubber bullet. What now? What's that? Oh, is that what on the screen? Is that what that is? Oh, cool. So that's there on the west side of Seattle there, which is across the water from downtown. And it seems like an awesome spot to march in Seattle, right down by the water. Maybe they'll give us a good view here in that panel, in that middle panel there on the right. That is Seattle, and they are on in West Seattle, down by the water. Again, it's a beautiful view from there of downtown. We'll see if they let us see the downtown view here. in a moment. It looks like they might be headed there. Let's see. You gonna show it? Nope. Not gonna show downtown view.
We had naked girls at bonfires on that beach.
We have. And look how many people are in Portland. Okay, so there's thousands of people surrounding the federal building in Portland, and then there's thousands more marching in the street. So, this is what Trump has accomplished in Portland, in Seattle. I'd love to know what's going on in Chicago with the Gestapo stormtroopers they sent there. Are they going down on the beach? You people aren't social distancing. All right, well. Okay, so if anybody wants to call, the number is 805-669-6397. I'm pretty much out of videos here. Again, I was gardening all day, so I got the main ones covered. The Donald Trump postponing the election, you know, the mall attack. I thought the mall attack was very interesting. The sheriff cracking down on parties, right? Got that one. Congress mask mandate, Nancy Pelosi's new mask mandate on the floor of the House of Representatives. Everyone must wear a mask. And the defunding the Seattle police. That is going to be a big story tomorrow. Everybody's going to be talking about. And you got a preview here today. So, I'm going to play a quick video for you. I have one video left here.
Sometimes life can be a little overwhelming. Sometimes the weight of the world can be too much to bear. Sometimes you need to stop worrying and take a deep breath. Sometimes you need cannabis. Introducing Brightside, high-quality cannabis delivered right to your door. Brightside offers an extensive menu of strains and products to meet your needs. Choose the experience you want, and we'll send you the dankest herb, the real sticky icky, some top-shelf marijuana. If you like what we send you, keep the whole jar. We'll even include some nugs for you to blaze. As part of Discovery, you'll get to try new strains and products. Side effects may include euphoria, increased appetite, uncontrollable giggles, elevated sensitivity to musical dopeness, and reduced anxiety. Tetrahydrocannabinol may also induce feelings of existential well-being and relentless optimism. With a Brightside subscription, you can get it once a month, once a week, or whenever you want, all at a price you'll like. And yes, this is a real company.
Do you know who I am?
You're the wizard.
Ask your doctor if cannabis is right for you. It probably is. Keep it Brightside.
All right, so if anybody wants to call, again, the number is 805-669-6397, 805 Mox News. I'm going to give you a minute to call, and then I'm out of here. I'm out of videos. I'm done sitting in this hot room, really. So, if you want to call, you can. Otherwise, we do this every Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific Time, which means we will be back here tomorrow, same Mox time, same Mox channel, to look at all the beautiful people and stand in solidarity with them, regardless of how you feel about it or not. And so, I hope we see you there.
No matter which mouth you feed on a two-headed snake, it still shits the same turd. But lucky for you, you have Mox News. More than 10 years. More than 60,000 videos. Mox News has been filtering the nonsense and illuminating the bullshit from your mainstream media. Turn off your TV and turn on to Mox News. For over a decade, documenting the socio-political events that have etched and carved the pathways that define today's modern mess, Mox News has been providing clarity while faithfully bringing you today's relevant stories 100% commercial-free and subscription-free. And just like Lady Liberty vows to remain free. But at this time, we're asking you for your help, your patronage, and your support to keep the lights on and the videos rolling. For less than 17 cents per day, you can become a basic subscriber, knowing that your donation is truly making a difference that will help continue bringing the news stories that make a difference in your life. Turn on, tune in, and drop a couple dimes today by clicking the link below or visiting moxnews.com and show your support at any level. From a single one-time donation or dedicated monthly subscriber, do it now in less than 2 minutes. All donations are safe, securely processed, and verified using PayPal, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or Discover Card. As always, we're sure you'll find something of interest each and every day. This holiday season, give the gift of Mox. moxnews.com.